from this point forward.
And we've seen Vladimir Shen a lot, actually. It was one of the favorites of Griffin towards the end of 2018 as well.
It is he has to go straight to the enemy scuttle top side.
Yeah, he's going to do that. As Snowflower is taking a bit of harassment here as the Infernal chains the flash forward, the ignite. Is it going to be enough as Fly's ticking down? One more and that's it. The solo kill, you asked for it. It happens at 3 minutes 20.
And it's in this Aatrox lane again with nerfed ignite. Pretty low minimum distance. Predator
lightning
pops.
rush on cooldown, and yeah, the Predator has been popped as Cuvee not even going to flash. The body slam's been held onto for so long and he's just dead. No opportunity to flash whatsoever.
Outplayed, baby. Can't outplay
yeah.
the body slam if you never body slam. A lot of moving chairs between these organizations. Life and Ruler walk up. Drake at about 1800.
Yep, Life actually saw BDD was there and said, no, I don't want this, but he has to have it. As now he's going to be taken down. The Thresh delivered towards the Aatrox. Paranoia for the follow-up here. Still 4 members of KT down, but they turn instantly. Peanut infernally chained and destroyed as he bit off way more than he could chew. Worldender was still available. Build that one outright, and 1-0-1 for the Vlad. He's ticking up towards that level 9 mark. Snowflower's level 6. Stand United available, and KT instantly has.
Been good through a bit of musical chairs, and while that's all well and good to talk about, as BDD wants to kill his old team.
Yeah, again, actually wants to find him for the first time here. Is the Infernal Chain going to be flashed on yet again? Fly doesn't take the claw because Stand United, as we mentioned before, is there. World Ender means that he is going to probably survive. Okay, gets on out as the World Ender. Couple of seconds, but they don't wait long enough as Cuvee jumps on into the backline. The Shen is going to be taken down. BDD is cancelled out. And the Cannon gets 2 free kills.
KT Rolster a bit too bold. Going basically the gold lead here for Gen.G. So good to see. Top side.
Paranoia is going to come in. No flash for King and no way to get out. Will he have the shield in time? The answer is no. Terrify comes in and Peanut, first successful game.
Nice stuff there, Cuvee and Peanut showing synergy that's been sparing advantage. Outside of that last Nocturne ultimate, it's been a game run by KT Rolster. Let's see how they reset, because the honeymoon phase of the early game where they're just killing everyone, I can clear in the mid lane while we're waiting. But it's just kind of a weird standstill in the game where Gen.G's waiting for this and KT. Umti doesn't know.
Yeah, the flash forward from Fly wants to take it down, but that's a great stopwatch coming in from Umti. Can they save his life? The body slam gets in there, blocked by Peanut. As Umti's still trying to keep himself alive. Cuvee doing so much work in the backline, but here comes Zenit. And Umti somehow still alive. BDD here a little bit late now as Life goes into his stasis and Kingen picks up that kill. It's a messy one, but ultimately relatively even.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on both sides. Man, was Umti living on a prayer at the start. Only just kept up by a combat Shen ultimate.
BDD in trouble, just going to be taken down by Ruler. Too far forward with no World Ender. That'll do it.
Disrespect is the word. In mid lane.
Yeah.
On the side of KT, Drake control so far on the side of Gen.G is, well, Peanut's in trouble.
He is. Does, I believe, already have the GA, but has to choose an enemy target and doesn't want to go near any of them. There's so many wards on top of that lantern, you ain't taking that at all, and Life could not offer his namesake to his jungler, and KT will get another dragon.
Seems like communication around summoners was off. Peanut's flash about 25 seconds off cooldown. Needs to kite with the team, can't kite separately. With the TP, gonna
go in on this full health Gragas at the moment. Kingen. Yeah, Kingen. Purging this Raptor camp, it has to flash very early as Peanut pops the ultimate. Hook lands as the barrel comes down and Kingen. I don't know whether that was worth it for the stopwatch, but he does get out until he doesn't. True Shot Barrage going to finish off that kill, but it got close.
Stasis too late, and in the end was wasted.
Gen.G many ways to win, so whether they can actually do it is the question. Kingen cycling his ghost as they're going to head over to this Mountain Drake. BDD wants to jump on forward. World Ender comes down, a couple still in the pit as Cuvee throws out the Slicing Maelstrom. This might be the cannon ult that they wanted as we're down into the passive for BDD. They get one of them as Zenit joins the fight as Fly will be taken out eventually. Self-ult and Zonya's not enough. That is KT picking up 2, but the Mountain Drake as well as...
What will Gen.G do?
Well, we'll see whether they can actually do anything here as Snowflower is just body blocking the Baron down extraordinarily low. No vision available. And not going to be able to do an aiming on this one. Ruler winning the game themselves. Just didn't happen. Fly taking a lot of damage here under the turret. That's actually a Hemo play coming out from Zenit. Doesn't want to commit. It's okay. Ruler just kills Snowflower out of nowhere.
Didn't see how the health bar started to go down, but the end of it, very trivial.
That's actually what I
Still
thought
there?
he said when I heard that line.
No, he says free ass. They don't have the same expression. KT take down the Drake.
Another one. Keeping this one in.
Genji, hello.
Peanut. They do throw down the ward, but the Baron's just going to be taken.
There's 2 Mountain Drakes there, guys.
Yeah, that's it's just a Baron. The unit as BDD now looking for the flank. Flanking Aatrox isn't necessarily what you're expecting as the hook does land on a Kingin, but in goes BDD. Paranoia comes down, but the explosion on the Thresh starts off the fight. Cuvee so damn low, and the Purge looking to take him down the flash forward, but not going to quite find it just yet. Double kill comes in from Zenit, though, as Ruler versus the world. The Genji story is going to conclude. KT, they find the initiation and destroy the fight.
Kenna does it well. Vladimir does it better. Trying to take down the mid lane minion wave.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this one before on his elite. Now on the Nocturne, just farming when he can't do anything else. KT will win game number 1 against Genji. There are ups, there were downs, but in the end, KT come out victorious, and they're still going to be happy.
If there's ups and downs, the roller coaster's the winner. KT rolls to pick it up in game number 1. Know who KT rolls to hate on the enemy team? It's your boy Ruler. Nocturne ult with Shen coming in as well. GP ult as well, and maybe even Nocturne information. Get it a bit differently. One engineered. Level 2 is speaking of level 2s.
Yep, the flash disdain is going to come in as the level 2 immediately lands. Kingin wants to get out, but the level 2 gank's too good, and despite a miscue, Peanut will grab first blood very early.
Level 1, level 2, beautiful stuff from Genji. Love the top lane gank. Really big champions that can deal with this too well, but they're going to take the risk anyway.
Umti is going to get flashed on here by Life. The Q does land as Peanut's waiting for the flash. Umti waits even longer, though, and uses the Dustbringer to get over to this Blast Cone. Good double taunt, as it feels like Snowflower may have just sacrificed himself for the good of his jungler.
Bit of trading places there, and the Vladimir also will have to exit lane as his support is down. Not sure.
Peanut going to be able to take down this Mountain Drake. Takes a lot of a beating, but with Life helping out, they will be able to grab it. Secures it pretty humbly. Genji with 1,000.
Genji have done a lot of stuff, and that's not something we could have assumed by Genji by reputation or their play so far. Roach all in on top.
As Kingin, he might need to throw down that barrel, but Roach is just going to eat him. Okay, eat some oranges. He is going to be K for the moment, but the Ignite and the last auto are enough to do it. Solo kill for Roach on the top side against the Pirate.
And even with the oranges, he wasn't.
Flip his way out. They trade some abilities here, but Lee Syndrome doesn't come down as now Fly's trying to do what he can. Ruler has been bounced on. Hemoplague will get rid of him, and 2 kills very quickly for KT as I think I've seen this one as well, as the oranges have been eaten. Corrosive a lot of turret plates. They're going to come in for Roach.
And they're so happy to see the Mountain Drake coming down so late, like you mentioned. Turret plates, and also maybe just first turret blood, as GP can do nothing, and he wants to ult bot lane to get a double kill again.
Yep. Going to have that Cannon Barrage available. Puts it down immediately. Paranoia comes in immediately. Stopwatch comes out, though, as the flash was maybe a little bit of a bridge too far, but Umti is going to die. Okay. Ultimate comes in, stands united, also double duty as Snowflower gets himself to relative safety, but now the taunt is going to miss. Roach pays a visit. Ruler eventually goes down, but it's a bit of a fiesta down here on the bottom side of the map, and a double kill goes over to Fly. BDD uses the last charge of the perfect execution to get himself over the wall, and as the dust.
But this is also not a late game yet. And at this time, at the 1 item point, I feel like Genji is stronger. Taking away Umti.
Yeah, is going to use the stopwatch to deny that damage as flashes over the wall. Now he's going to get engaged on as okay. He's getting a whole host of trouble. The Fear Beyond Death comes in. Instant cleanse from BDD as he trades the junglers. Roach now just kiting back. Zenit in here as well. Invests the teleport.
By the end of summer, these GP draws weren't working because one of those things goes away and things fall apart. Speaking of falling apart.
Yep, Stand United is going to be there, but he just dies way too quickly. Umti fighting off more than he can chew yet again. Exhaust immediately down onto Kingin, who eats some oranges. And BDD dives forward, has the Shroud down, but it's a 2 versus 3. And I don't know why KT are even trying to go for it. BDD creating some distance. It's a cute play, but it's definitely not a good...
So far, I've liked their objective play in game number 2.
Yeah, and Umti knows that this is the Ocean Drake going down, but there's just absolutely nothing he can do about it.
I think that's some cushioning on the chair there. Cool.
Yeah, is that a Roach-specific maneuver? As we got the countdown.
I'm not going to count it down this time.
At this point, we've got BDD looking for Fly as he gets out with the Claw, and the Paranoia is going to follow up. Not a lot of options here for Fly as the teleports are coming in. Oh, that's a really good Zhonya's to come forward as Fly eventually falls, but do Gen G have enough to offer back? It's another stopwatch as that goes wide from life. Doesn't get the cask in, and Roach is going to fall as well. A kill going to Kingen is precisely what he wanted, and KT are back in the game.
Extra health, probably more useful than the armor against Nocturne GP, but that's a lot of damage, so you're kind of screwed either way.
When asked about it, a lot of our Korean players just like the extra damage
Kingen's
that you have available. Kingen's just going to see his death at the moment. Wants to find a Cannon Barrage, does put it down. His life is a support, remember, but does get the body slam in there. Steric's Cage was completed. He's surviving for so damn long, but not long enough. The Snowflower was delivered, even though the Fear Beyond Death had started.
What is 4 people diving Peanut's kick as well, because the Shen ultimate coming through does extend the fight. They back off Snowflower, they can't chase for him, and there's a confirmation that KT
done the 85 damage, but thankfully Umti had the auto attack available.
Blue
Now
buff.
Zenit, with no flash, might be the target here for Gen G.
Blue buff not really craved by anyone. Snowflower.
Yep, he's going to get exhausted as he dives all the way forward. No Hemo Plague available, remember, as KT looking for this fight. Cannon Barrage doing so much work. It's incredibly high value. BDD finds his way forward. Terrify under Roach, but the Purge is there, with the shield. Now Life trying to kite BDD back. He will be going down as the afterthought kill comes in with the Mystic Shot, but Kingen dies as well. And now we got low health bars, 1 Mystic Shot each will be the deaths of all of KT, and Ruler says augment the damage, but there's a ward in that top side, so theoretically some sort of flank could have come in, but Zenit not going to opt in for it. Teleport does eventually come down, but it is way too late. Zenit by himself.
As well, things coming up, Gen G, things coming up. 3-game series.
Damn right they are. This game's still extraordinarily even, but a Mountain Drake is going to come in for Gen G as they pick up a Baron.
Wave. Here we go.
But they do have Fly on the top side of the map, so he has to teleport to get his way down here. Sonic Wave is going to miss. Zenit, Tides of Blood, just to try and clear out these minions. Umti from the side. We've started it here as Snowflower goes in. BDD diving on forward. The Hemo Plague is going to get rid of Peanut, but can they get more? Yes, they can! As BDD, the lord of the backline, and the follow-up from Umti is huge. Fly is eradicated, and that's the ace for KT. Rolsey, you said they're all in. Well, they bloody well all in.
Whoa, they actually did it out of nowhere. It didn't seem how far we're going, KT Rolster. Is it just game over right now? It seems so unlikely. Life already on the Rift to try to interrupt, and Respawn's coming in. You can take a breath. Let's get that replay, because
Stasis. As Vladimir is going to be more and more difficult to deal with. 3,000 health as well as just building straight damage is just so scary. As Kingen running on forward, Roach is slowed down, and I don't know what he can actually do here. The Flash Taunt comes down as Fly comes in with a lot of CC, but Paranoia is going to stop any extra engage. BDD fighting against Peanut, but on the back end, Zenit trying to go forward, doesn't actually get too much, but the Hemo Plague gives his health back as Fly's ran out of buttons that can save him, and BDD's the one that finishes it up against Ruler. Roach and Fly limping away as these solo laners are having a real hard time. And Peanut on the backside, KT have just split them up, and now they're just looking for the win.
With Ruler dead, they're going to try and end the game. 40 seconds on the Ezreal. Peanut would actually be smart to stop the minion wave. This is the right call here, but KT might brute force it anyway.
Yep, BDD going to dive on forward, does have the Shroud down as well, so not going to be collecting the turret aggro. First one going to come in here, as that's the backdoor bonus onto these turrets, meaning that they can't actually take them. Zenit is going to go down. That is a huge deal as Peanut can get back in. The Fear Beyond Death is instilled in the hearts of the KT fans as Gen G get an ace back.
And they might win.
Wait,
they're
no,
going to try and
King
push.
is still alive.
It's not an ace, but they might try to win this game.
Come in. Backdoor bonus is not going to save it against 5 members of Gen G. They're going to have to wait for another minion wave to conga line forward.
The next ending to what has been an entertaining game number 2. Gen G get the Baron as they deserve. They get the inhibitor, so I think overall they didn't try to bite off more than they could chew. And, well, the answering objectives in Ocean, who's to say that Ruler can't carry this one? He's got the GA as well. Here's the fight. Peanut on the top side trying to once again gatekeep BD out of a fight. Second inhibitor will go down. Baron poking with Q. That won't happen again. We're staying on the same screen for the likes of Gen G. Right now, Lee Sin is split away. But, of course, a lot closer than the previous situation. They're trying to bring the minion wave from mid to try to help with this.
Wow, Snowflower diving on forward. Fly is going to instantly explode, but no, able to get the ult off just in time. Backline Ruler fighting against everyone as BDD. Can he actually do it? I think the answer might be no, as the Zhonya's has to be utilized. KT have picked up one. Fly fell, but BDD is going to go down as well. And see you later, Nocturne. Umpty also in the death chamber. Zenit is still alive, but super creeps are knocking on the front door of KT, and do they have enough to repel the 3-man, now 4-man siege as the teleport comes in?
Urgot coming back. They got good wave clear here, so the game won't end, but 3 inhibitors will go down at minimum. They're going to try for more anyway. They come in, King and Zenit.
Yeah, that's going to be the taunt onto Roach, trying to find it underneath this turret. Didn't work for KT. Can it work for Genji? So far, not so much as Ruler. A lot of DPS on the backline, and now Zenit finds himself without that many cooldowns. That's a GA onto Peanut, so this time he's not going to be able to find the battle that he wants. But the Spirit's Refuge is not enough, and instantly it's a double for Ruler and now King, and he felt this in lane, and he's feeling it at the very end of the game. Gangplank against the world.
Wave clear is dead. Akali up in 2 seconds. I think Genji's got this.
Yep, these Nexus turrets are not going to last very long at all, as Kingan's able to flash to get himself out. There's the Nocturne ultimate, but the Nexus is the target, and Genji make this a 3-game series.
Genji just about stick the landing, but man, the weather report was crazy. Sunny days into thunder, into all sorts of shenanigans. The new faithful of Genji do get
so too. Jinx would certainly be risky.
It's an old pick for Sketch and Gango, but not for Zenit, and it's going to be Sivir, which does have some...
already placed. KT find themselves back in a game where they have lane priority. And
Umpty has Gromp respawn timer, but they know it was stolen, so Roach is here.
Yep, Umpty knew, but he knew a little bit too late as Peanut flashes to stop him from getting to any sort of ghost burrow or anything over there. Don't think you can actually safeguard to it, but...
Never give the game over to the enemy. There's always a timestamp where Sivir decides all.
Exactly, and look, the range on the side of Genji also isn't exactly the hugest, and they want to be piling in to try and
turning to Gathering Storm.
Yep. Okay, Boomerang Blade is going to be blocked. Okay, Umpty's found Peanut yet again. Oh, goes for the kickback, but can't find it as the kidnap. Moves him right into the back end, has to flash as a result of that, but followed with the blind Q. And now KT are going to be able to take down Peanut for free. Zenit getting the kill is exactly what they wanted. And that was just beautiful from Umpty.
That was the...
Holds on to World Ender, but he's not doing any funny business with Peanut this game.
You know what happens when the coach sees you die while your team's on the Drake? You might get a row, they get out from top lane, they get the gank, and they push bot side, and they take the Drake. 2 Drakes to the good. Umpty coming in.
Yeah, no Unbreakable now is not going to follow the Q in, and Zenit has the spell shield. Now can't block something like the Glacial Fissure. Teleport, of course, has to be taken there from Fly. Not going to take the Claw as King, and immediately the World Ender comes down, and now this is the fiesta that we've been looking forward to in this series. Life gets onto his teammates, uses the stopwatch, and somehow no one has died, and they're not going to. Realm Warp is hyper-aggressive, all on top of the poor Braum, and 3 kills erupt out of nowhere. KT, that's the trump card.
That is the time to use it too. The other advantage for BDD, maybe.
You build armor and then you have no worries there at all. There is vision in the back of this pit as Umpty pulls out the Infernal Drake, but this is the first big Drake. True Shot Barrage just going to help KT lock this one down. Peanut wants to get the steal, but doesn't.
Blue side jungle, because the enemy team, it's not just about, well, we need to get space to contest a Baron, as Rule has to potentially fight for this red buff. Remember, it's Realm Warp and Abyssal Voyage. The rotational speed here already shown. We're seeing a committal.
Yeah, Teleport is going to come down as Peanut wants to get the kidnap. They're going to get one of the picks. No! Umpty able to go into stasis. Infernal Chains is there. It's going to pull back Life, who's not necessarily the target that they want, as Ruler gets his first kill of the game in the second for Genji. Does he have the Arcane Shift to get onto BDD, or does he even want to? As KT not going to... This Drake is going to certainly be the first priority for both teams.
Right now, the setups around it. Good deep vision here for a gank. Speaking of ganks.
Yeah, Realm Warp going to come in as Ruler gets over the wall. Life stands behind him, and they do get to relative safety. Fly is exhausted, but can he actually wait it out as they just turn? They get on top of the Aatrox. World Ender is there, but he has nowhere to go. Flashes instantly, but goes into stasis.
Rise
First
down.
kill onto BDD is a huge
Genji's
deal,
got
and
this.
now Peanut looking to get in the middle of it, grabs the kill, and Snowflower taken out. Front to back team fighting, Ruler in safety, and Genji are looking for a Baron.
KT try the flank. They'll roll over there, and it's definitely slow, but Zach can't die to Baron realistically with the
That's a good
blobs.
point.
Gets it eventually, life pulls away, and the Baron is deserved. KT tries to make a play happen against a comp that really can beat them, unless there's a huge vision advantage, and Zen at 4,300 damage by Ezreal. Confirmed, not 6 items yet, but things looking better than expected.
Whoa,
Takes a lot of free damage.
yeah, they don't kill the turret
Can
in
Aatrox
time
get
as Zenit
there?
is relatively low.
Oh
Umpty's
boy,
gonna
every
come on
angle.
over though as he gets chilling smited, kicked, and that's why he can't get out of the way of it. Life gonna go down as well, and we are playing tennis between these two teams. Peanut in a whole host of trouble, I believe has the passive available, but if you're by yourself, you're still dead, my friend.
They get 3 kills on a double flank. We zoom out and see it. How much can KT get on the back end? The seesaw continues.
I just don't understand this series. It's one team win, next team win, one team win. I don't know. The yo-yo is super real. An inhibitor going to be the result here for
They try to
KT.
end.
It's a negative. The blue bits being islands and just a view of a horizon over the water. And if it is one of those...
Smep, usually the shot caller, he's not playing. Score, the backup shot caller, also not playing. I assume BDD is the big voice.
Oh,
Here
yeah,
it
Ruler
is.
taking a lot of damage, but that might have been the bait as Snowflower gets the Devour in. They do get the first pick off in the fight, though. Umpty, with the flash off cooldown, is going to die first. And Cloud Drakes, meaning that this movement speed is certainly a big deal. Smite had been picked up by Snowflower as they're going to get themselves into the pit. Is this a
YOLO!
true 50-50? It's going to be taken by Peanut. He's got smites in the past, going to get one here, but can they win the team fight? Fly going to go down. Zenit relatively safe fighting in this fight as he gets some autos onto Ruler. Now has to press all the buttons to get out of the way of Peanut. BDD devoured as Snowflower's trying to save them. Decent shield comes in for Peanut, but the cleanup is there, and Ruler, when he's arcane shifting forward, you know that Genji have won the fight.
Team fight space.
Down so quickly, Genji wanting to prove that they are still the bane of KT Rolster. Has been the case for a long time. KT bucked the trend just once, but looks like they're not quite able to do it again as Nexus turret's now under fire. Kidnap not going to get onto Zenit as Umpty has respawned, but Zenit going into stasis is not going to save you now. He gets disdained. The fear is beyond death as Genji will destroy the Nexus and win the series.
So important for both teams, and Genji just, and I mean just, get over the line to the rapturous applause of their fans. Roach is a happy birthday boy after all. He missed his surprise party, but he came for the after party, and the after party sounds pretty good. If you're here live in Lowell Park, they're able to pick up the victory at 20 minutes before midnight.
And if
Korean
you remember,
Standard Time, it was a weird one, it was a long one, but it's a Genji victory after all.
yeah, he just wanted to have as much time here in Lowell Park as he could possibly get. Very close to 4 hours on the stage as our Genji will take.
On the side of Griffin, the siege here is pretty abysmal on their side, and it's going to be no AD carry, no marksman on the side of SKT.
It is going to be able to start it up. They will lock it down. Of course, Griffin, you can see, moving their bottom lane towards top. The understandable decision to make. You want to make the risky play in order to get an advantage early. And our double Infernal Drake is a difficult one. As 1,000 health here for Sword. He's very durable. Mountain Drake now being contested. Tarzan in the pit. The train is going to start, but it's going to be the steal from Tarzan to begin this one. Redemption does come down as a gravity field. A great position to hold them off. And now Sword uses the stopwatch. Double knock up as Tarzan's getting himself into the fight. Killer Instinct very early as Marta is going to be the first one to fall down. First blood at 28 minutes and make it a double as the bottom lane is destroyed.
Griffin gets to fight front to back, and that's with the Sandra taking a sweet time on making.
With this Kai'Sa build, Sword gonna start up the train. Redemption going to come in, but this time it's on the side of Griffin Khan. Immediately extraordinarily too low, and right in the back line, he's gonna be the first one to go down. The third kill of the game going to Viper. Can he get more? Killer Instinct says yes, as that's 4 kills for Viper and 4 kills in this game.
They knew that Khan had no way second time on the Kai'Sa, but how about an Infernal Drake to make those AP values go way up?
Yep, he's going to be able to pick that one up very easily.
Doesn't work, but at least go for something that feels scientific, that feels testable. doesn't feel like SKT are testing too much, and right now haven't played to their own win conditions and seem to be hitting and hoping in this late game.
And I feel like they almost got scared in the draft there as well, because at the very last pick there was an option as Sword. May need to run away from this one. Teleport going to come in here from Griffin, and Viper comes down to pick up the delivered kill. That bait was pretty damn good from Griffin, but this is going to be the answer. SKT realm warping onto the Baron. They've got a lot of damage available with Teddy and Faker in this pit. Tarzan going to try and make it a 50-50. As in goes Sword, going to get another decent knock-up. 50-50 going to be won by Clit. SKT take down the Baron, but the Infernal Chains land on everyone. Tarzan has the World Ender. The CC is landing beautifully from Griffin, and Tarzan's going to continue the fight. Teddy soloed out by the jungler of Griffin, and Faker looking to get finished off. Viper desperately wants a supercharger back, doesn't need it, as the Acathian Rain going to pick up the 7th kill, then the 8th. Going down for Sword. Griffin are steamrolling SKT.
Griffin able to let them down, Atlas, and that means they will lose game number 1.
They are going to. Khan and Mata are alive, but this push is going to continue. Viper has so much DPS. That Devour is not going to do anything as Mata going to go down. It'll be a double, as Viper will be able to get the next kill as well. Nexus turrets have been deleted, and the Nexus will follow 9-0, a shellacking if ever I've seen one, and Griffin remain the most dominant team in Korea, at least after game 1. Nocturne is going to be the choice, so I was right, boringly enough, as the Jace is heading predictably towards the top side of the map, but Tarzan is now going to be on.
In game number 1, when it comes to Baron as an objective, SKT have a very real chance to start that. Bot side, though.
Yeah, speaking of starting things, Mata has to use that flash to get out of the way. Down to about 100 health as Viper flashes forward. The Ardent Blaze does about 1 billion damage, and they'll get the next stun. Teddy in trouble. The auto attack's coming in. Full vision of SKT.
Level 6
to
as
come
well.
in. Faker's down here as well, though. Spell Shield comes down. Tarzan with the Paranoia steals away his own red buff, and that's an overstep. The flash out, the flash in with the taunt, double kill! Instantly for Chovy, and Faker is going to burn down to the red buff. Teddy in trouble, wants to get one back, has to flash, as the Ardent Blaze is so scary from Viper.
It's 5.
Looking to try and get rid of that perfect series, but Sword keeps himself alive with just over 100 health.
Drake being taken at the same time. That confirms, of course, that who has control ward vision bot side. That means if you're new to competitive play, that the Galio should be able to roam bot side pretty freely. As here's a top side.
Yeah, there's the Paranoia. Gravity Field's a pretty good one, but the Terrify comes in, and Tarzan just eats the victor, and all the turret plates fall on the bottom side of the map. No time.
So actually understanding fully how strong Korea is a region, we can definitely have our suspicions, but...
Khan has been waiting here for a long time, but the sweeper
this
picks him up. Headbutt Pulp comes in. There's the Chaos Storm. They want it, but can they actually find it? Lehen's ticking down. There's the Death Ray! No perfect series coming in for Griffin as Lehen's falls over.
Important moment for SKT. It's something after so long having nothing. Viper's top side, we know just outside of vision is the Nocturne. Chovy joining as well. Are we going to go for this all-in 3v4?
Well, 13.5 minutes means that some turret plates actually go, as there's the Paranoia. It's on Mata. Hero's entrance comes in, but Tarzan had already soloed out the cow. They're looking for more. Teddy goes down. The Olaf follows instantly, and Griffin punished about as hard as you can.
And that's Griffin. The punishment is huge. 6 kill involvements now. That's 96 coming in.
Oh, man. Nope. And Chovy, thankfully, managed to get a proto belt onto a couple of people in order to get those assists. It was mostly Tarzan as Sword taking some damage underneath this turret, trying to turn it onto Faker, who dashes around and is going to secure it. Second kill for SKT in the series.
Are a very mid-range team. Their wave clear is melee or Victor and Cassio poking waves, so tricky for them to actually accentuate you feel like, but Faker's walking up. He's the only one. Baron around 3,000.
Teddy doesn't have a lot of mana here either, as they are going to go in there. It will be a 50-50 for Glid. The knock-up comes down, though, and yep, they're just going to peel away. Sword grabs the Olaf. Okay, Teddy's found one pick on the backline, and Tarzan, relegated to the pit, does get the Baron buff, and now Viper's looking to bounce around this one. Sonya's used by Teddy. Chovy very, very low. It's a double kill coming in now, though, and Griffin do tidy up the messy fight.
Griffin played with fire there. With
Tarzan going to be the next one to take down a turret. This inhibitor Going to go down as well, most likely, as Faker's doing his best to try and hold on to it, but Griffin are just putting pressure on absolutely everywhere.
Bot lane mages go begging when Baron buff is there.
With a mindset that just does not work out as Viper culls this Mountain Drake because he may as well.
Double control warded earlier and feels like that's what you have to do. TP coming in. This one's from Cassius, just for, again, enough bodies here. They're going in on Cassius.
Yeah, immediately the trade comes down. Hero's entrance to get them in there. As there it is, crashing down, and Chovy wants to find it. Fantastic taunt, and that's the 100 KDA, but will he go down right afterwards? The answer is most likely no, as Viper is bouncing around the fight. Eventually, he does fall down, but it's all for naught as Sword dives on forward, and Faker is killed by a Duskbringer of Tarzan. Khan doing a decent amount of work there as in he goes, kills him with a taunt, and that should be it. Griffin with an absolutely dominating 2-0 victory over SKT.
Chovy gets the full zoom, first ever player to hit 100 KDA, and with a plum, Griffin destroy SKT. New blood rises higher and higher. We've got Griffin and the rest, and no one, I mean no one, can match the pace that Griffin is setting in LCK Spring 2019.
They can't match the pace even when they're playing slowly, Papa Smithy. It feels like you are playing what Griffin want you to play, no matter which team you are, not named Sandbox. Still, they have the Sandbox challenge, but after this, I mean, is that even a challenge? Doing this to SKT was not what I was expecting out of this Griffin squad, and I was expecting a 2-0 victory for them. Just insane stuff. You mentioned it already, Chovy did get to that over 100 KDA. Wasn't 100, he hit it at the very beginning of that particular